All right, I'm on hole number 6 of the Safari Sunrise Tournament. I'm in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. And I think I've made a decision on hole number 6. Hole number 6, I have made a decision on. So what I was, let me walk through the options. I'm sure you guys already know what they are, but let's walk through them. Option number 1 is layup right here. You got a sniper, viper, whatever your preferred long iron is, or excuse me, wood, whatever your best, most accurate, best ball guide long iron, or excuse me, wood, layup. Super easy. I'm not in. I saw my opponent earlier hit over here, and I am not interested in this shot because you got to come from so far away, and you got to work your way around the angle here. It's just not. It's not good. So you can lay up. You can come straight at it. Give yourself a little bit of room off of the sand. You don't have to be right up against it. If you draw the angle from the flagpole coming out into this area, anywhere out in this area will be fine, so that you can set your shot up. And if you don't get far enough forward up here where you can get in front of this to go at the cup, you can start off on this side right here, and you can really work yourself to the hole. So you have plenty of room. And this is long iron, and this is wood. I was trying to get way in the hell out here so that I could use this little area right here to do a rough bump. And the way the wind's blowing, if I remember correctly, the wind's blowing like this, so it was a viable rough bump, especially if you get way out here. But you're deep into your long iron if you're out here. And you had options. You could do the rough bump, or you could start on the other side. And I did the rough bump earlier today. And I'm just thinking I'm gonna hit the shot where I start in front of the rough, even though I'm gonna be in a perfect spot to do a rough bump, and I'm just gonna run it up to the cup. And I'm not gonna do any elevation adjustment, but I am gonna play my club wherever it is in depth, and I'm trying to get way out here. You don't have to try and get way out here. You can just get right here, and you've got a perfect shot, and it doesn't take much effort. But if you're going here, you need to know how much topspin to put on your club so you don't bleed into this rough. But I'm gonna go all the way out here as far as I can because I've got plenty of room. This fairway is monstrous. If you end up in the rough forward, not a big deal. But there's so much room out there that it's going to be really tough to end up in the rough to the left. And I say that now, and then watch, I'll shank the shot and I'll end up way off. extra mile. And yes, I have an extra mile 9. Don't be mad at me. Playdemic gave it to me. I didn't ask them for it. They gave it to me. I was perfectly happy having extra club cards, and enough newer people went, I've got one club maxed out and I've got 14 extra club cards and I want something to do with them. Not thinking that there's people like me that have been playing for two and a half years at the time. I'm going to go blue ring off. Add about a ring. And it one ring great to the right. I could put max overpower on there, but I've been messing around to see like what kind of distances I'm getting and how far off I need to go. I'm starting my shot off on the left, rough on the left. So I was 3 rings off the rough on the left. If I'd hit that great to the left, I actually would have over curled it. And I have a little bit of room out there. So if I'm trying to get out into that area, I'm just trying to see like what the angles are. Because I was laying it up right here, and I'm just trying to see if the look is a little bit different if I put out a little bit more effort to get farther out. And I'm going to take a straight up shot with my Grizzly, and I'm going to work wherever it's out in my club. I may be in mid club from out there. If I'm in mid club, I'm going to play it at 1.5 per ring. And that's kind of the area that I normally hit to, but just trying to get a little bit, maybe half the distance from where they're at to the rough. And the way the wind's blowing, you get a perfect rough bump. There's min or max. There's mid or minimum. So I'm at mid club. So it's 2.3 divided by 1.5. It's 1.53 rings. 1.53 rings. Okay, so there's 1. There's 5, 3. I got that 3 in there. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get an Albie here. Or see if I need to do some kind of an elevation adjustment. So I ended up, that was like an underpull. So the way the wind was blowing, I either did an underpull or I should have been doing a max adjustment, even though I was at mid club. And I'm going to do a max adjustment. I'm going to make a note here. Max, even, at mid. And the reason I'm going to do that is I have a 100% accurate club and it's 1 per ring. And I really like trying to keep it at 1 per ring. And if that doesn't work, then I can add elevation or I can change the elevation on the shot, but stick with the 1.0 per ring. It's easier to do the math. But it's good to go out on Mondays and practice under tournament conditions with the tournament winds and see what the winds are. This is why it's super important to record your own gameplay, because you can go out and watch what you did on those shots and talk to yourself. Go, damn, I should have brought this club or I should have brought that. So that when you go back and listen to it, sometimes I say that stuff in the video, and then when I go back, I go, oh, yeah, I should have brought this. And then I'll change my notes so that the next round I'm more prepared. This is why we have practice rounds. Those streamers that go out there and it's like they have their act together. They have 12 accounts or 8 accounts, and they played 6 of them and they didn't post the video for it. So by the time they get to the ones that they're posting the video, they already have great notes. I only have 2 accounts, so I'm like working it out as I go along and trying to get each round better and better and hoping that by the time I get to the weekend round, I got my act together. And I'm a really big fan of picking your battle. So, if you're on holes and you're like, man, I just have not been able to figure this hole out all week, just get up there and get your minimum score and move on. Don't press your luck. Now I'm going to try this. Where is using a Titan with a Grizzly and my red line's over there. With a Grizzly, do I have enough backspin? I do. I'm going to go right at the cup. And I can get way down on my ring set here, so I'm just going to do a straight up 3.2 rings. Hitting it perfect. And just trying, and look how far off I am on that. So with that kind of wind right there, I would need to do, even though this is what is so baffling about this game, is that there's no way that I could get that close to my ring set and zoom in on my ring set like that and be downhill where I'd have to do an elevation adjustment. But based off of that result, I'm going right at the cup. I'm at max club. I'm doing a max ring adjustment. And I'm that far off. One of my teammates pointed out to me that in Golf Clash Notebook with a 3 Powerball and a Grizzly, that they're actually counting the Grizzly at 110% accurate. And even if I'd have done that there, I suppose it would have been 0.8 per ring. So if that was the case, I would have done a 20% wind adjustment if I wanted to stick with the 1.0. And based off how far off I was on the hole, a 20% wind adjustment's probably about right. All right. That was hole number 6 of the Safari Sunrise Tournament and Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.